was in the middle of driving when I first had my panic attack. Yes, when I was driving. Hey there, welcome back to my channel if you're returning, or welcome if you're new. I've been dealing with panic attacks since I was 20 years old. So about halfway through college, that's when I first had my attack. At first, I didn't even know what was going on. It felt like a mixture of like a heart attack with hyperventilation with, am I even gonna make it? I was really confused, and not to mention, it was kind of scary. It came out of nowhere, and I didn't think I was doing something at the moment that was stressful enough to trigger something like that in the first place. I was in the middle of driving when I first had my panic attack. Yes, when I was driving. I had to pull over. Thank God the roads were completely empty. It was like 10 o'clock at night anyways in my neighborhood, so no cars out. But it was still pretty scary because I was behind the wheel. So I pulled over and I got out the car, and immediately I was just trying to calm myself down. I took out my ponytail, I got some water, I put some on my face. Like I did not know how to make it stop. It just felt like it was going on forever. That was a moment when I realized I did not want to feel like that ever again. I was doing a bunch of research trying to figure out how to prevent panic attacks from happening in the first place. Between looking at those references of how they may start and things that I've been doing and the way that I was treating my body, crossing those two together, I figured out the points in which my anxiety attacks were starting in the first place. So I'm going to share with you how I stopped my panic attacks from happening completely. I've never had them ever again, at least not in full force, as soon as I started making these changes. So the number one huge big thing that was really messing with me was caffeine. I had to stop drinking coffee cold turkey. And I drank coffee every day, every other day, because what else does college students drink to keep themselves awake? Coffee. And not to mention, I was also working a full-time job, and I was also paying my way through school also at the same time, so I couldn't really dial back my hours trying to keep up with projects. It was a nightmare. I barely had a social life. So coffee was a huge thing. And when I stopped drinking coffee, I noticed that even throughout the day, I was still like a bit groggy. I personally would call that withdrawal, because now I'm just fine with no caffeine. Like, I wake up and I'm just as energized as when I was drinking coffee. So that was the big one. The second thing I realized for my body in particular is that I was putting it through immense stress without fuel. I was doing errands all the time on an empty stomach. I was not eating on time. I was not eating properly on top of that. My diet was all over the place. So I had to make it a mission to try to bring better foods into my diet and to try to eliminate things that may trigger or cause problems with my anxiety as well. So I noticed huge changes from the caffeine I was drinking and the diet changes that I made. And I stopped doing errands on empty stomachs. As soon as I realized that I need to do an errand, I immediately go into the kitchen and I try to grab a snack or something to nibble on, something like a smoothie or something that's gonna sit in my stomach and power me through whatever I need to do. So super important for me. The third thing is that I had to up my hydration like twofold. I thought I was drinking enough water. Baby, when you are out and about in hot ass South Florida, you can never drink enough water because it always flies out of you. And on top of that, the electrolytes in my body, bloop, completely out too. I also still was working out. I was exercising, I was weightlifting and things like that during the time. So exercise wasn't something that I had an issue with. It was replenishing my body after the workouts that was an issue for me. So I started drinking things that had electrolytes in it and more coconut water. And for a short amount of time, I drank Smart Water, but I stopped because, like, it's not really water. It's not really smart. It's like a sugary drink. So instead, I would opt for enhanced regular water. So alkaline water with electrolytes, whichever brand that I was drinking at the moment. Currently now I drink Eternal Springs. Love that water. And I also drink the Target brand electrolyte and alkaline water too. So water is super important, but not just water. Replenishing your electrolytes and drinking water is the way for you to have superior hydration. So the fourth thing was that I added more cardio to my exercises. And although it kind of negated my goals, because if you want to gain weight, you gotta lessen the cardio, but the cardio was really making me feel good. It really made me feel better. So I was okay with staying a bit smaller at the moment. And now that I know a bit more about how nutrition works and calorie intake and things like that, now I'm starting to work on trying to build my body's mass again, now with my proper knowledge. But before, I was okay with doing enough cardio to make myself feel good and to be able to function. And the fifth, and probably one of the most essential parts that really, really changed how my anxiety was acting, it is meditation and breathing exercises. Now, although I've fell off a bit on meditation, bad me, I definitely do still make sure that I do breathing exercises because they just instantly calm your body down. The moments where I feel as though an anxiety attack is about to pop up while I'm driving, the first thing I'll do is I'll take a quick 1 to 2 seconds in and I'll slowly exhale, and I start to feel it come down more and more. This, paired with the other lifestyle choices that I've made, has really made a significant difference in me being able to control it with just a breath. Before, it consumed me, but now I'm in control of it. If you found this video helpful or interesting or anything along the lines of that, be sure to give me a like and a subscribe, and stick around for more videos about self-care and body love and just me trying to encourage you to take care of you. Until next time, see ya. Bye.